I have been making monthly videos on my channel talking about anxiety alongside other things. So anxiety and general things people deal with in everyday life, anxiety and other mental health illnesses. And today I've decided to talk about anxiety and loneliness because this is something that isn't talked about. I feel like loneliness just isn't talked about, and people that don't have mental health illnesses also suffer with loneliness. It's just something that people suffer with quite a lot, and I feel like if people talked about loneliness more, people would stop feeling as lonely, or at least it would be reduced. I suffer with loneliness most weeks. I wouldn't say I feel lonely every single day, but I feel lonely quite a lot, considering I have lots of amazing friends I see most days. I have a really lovely boyfriend and I live with my family. I work and I go to college and I have lots and lots of lovely, supportive people in my life. But I tend to feel lonely quite a lot, and that's something I have felt since I was probably about 10 and I'm now 21. And it's something that you might not talk about with your friends because it's something that you might feel like embarrassed about, or you don't want to make things awkward, you don't know how to bring it up basically. And this is something that I have had my whole life, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint why you feel lonely, especially when you're not alone, or when even if you, or if you're somebody, like I'm somebody that likes being on my own sometimes. I quite like being alone in my house and just watching TV. I quite like being alone and going out of the house and going for a coffee. For some reason, loneliness doesn't just go away, but there are things that definitely help my loneliness, and there's some things that I do that eradicates my loneliness like that, but it always kind of seems to come back. And yeah, that's an open conversation with you guys about loneliness. If you want to talk in the comments about loneliness, or if you're somebody that feels lonely, then that is absolutely okay, and I would really love to see that. I'd love to see people having conversations about loneliness, but I know it's something that can be quite hard to admit. Actually, the other day, I work in a pub and a lady came in and said that she was really glad that the pub was there because she lost her husband and it was nice to have somewhere where she didn't feel lonely. And I said, yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? And she said, you can never have felt lonely, you're 20, like you don't feel lonely when you're young. And that was, I was quite annoyed by that, and I just felt like it was very ignorant. But I know she was coming from a place of love and she was obviously feeling in a difficult place. But yeah, let's just raise awareness about loneliness. I think that's really important. With me and my loneliness, I will be sitting by myself and I will get feelings of, I will think everybody hates me. I will think that none of my friends actually like me. They all think that I'm stupid, or I'm not funny, or I'm annoying or weird, or I will think that I ruin people's lives. I'll think that my anxiety affects people and they get annoyed by it, and I think my main feelings come from I'm worried that I annoy people, and I'm a really annoying person. I have in the past year been trying to work out why I feel like that, been trying to work out what triggers those feelings and thoughts. And it's quite nice to be able to just sit down with your thoughts sometimes. That's actually one of my tips, is to sit and think about why you're feeling lonely. Is there something that's triggered you in feeling lonely? If you've had an argument with somebody, or if you've drifted from a friend, or if you've had a breakup, those kind of things, then I think it's really inevitable for you to feel lonely, and that's such a healthy way to feel if you are going through a time like that. I think it would be strange maybe if you didn't feel like that, but I feel anxiety and loneliness in really abnormal situations, and I think a lot of people do, and it's just not talked about. But I think what helps me quite a lot is sitting and thinking about, why do I feel lonely? Is there a reason, or am I just being hard on myself? I am currently doing a course on counselling, and that has helped me so much realise things about myself. It's given me a lot more self-confidence, and I thought I was already quite a confident person, but it's made me think like I am a nice person and I am nice to be around and people do like me, but it doesn't help the loneliness thing. But I think that for me, being able to sit and think, even if it doesn't come up with a solution, even if I don't feel better, it's nice to be aware of why you're feeling like that, and it's nice to just become more aware of your own thoughts and feelings, and be able to kind of make yourself know and be aware of how you're feeling is a good thing. My friend actually thought of this one. I've got a friend who hasn't had much anxiety in her life or hasn't really suffered with mental illness, but she's really good at coming up with ideas of how I can help my mental illness. And so she came up with the idea of, if I'm feeling lonely, or if I'm feeling like I think that people don't like me, I could write down, like I could go to a notebook and write down like the person's name and something they've said to me in the past week even, or something they've said to me before, or a way that they've acted around me that makes me know that they like me. I thought that was a really great idea because even just writing down like a memory you have with them, or a time that you both spent the day together and you really had fun, that makes you know that that person likes you, and think about things that they've said to you that's been nice, even if it wasn't a direct "I like you," because that doesn't happen very much. Just think about things that your friends or your family members or your partner has said to you that makes you know, okay, they probably do like me, or they probably don't think I'm annoying, or whatever it is that makes you feel lonely, whatever the thoughts that come into your head that makes you feel lonely are. The best thing for me to do is, when I'm feeling lonely, is to just say to a friend, are we okay? Are you annoyed at me? Have I done something to be annoying? And to explain the situation, to say to somebody, I have anxiety, or I have depression, or whatever, and say, it makes me feel lonely and it makes me feel like people don't like me. And I'm not saying this to try and make you to milk for compliments or to try and get you to say whatever. I just really, really need to know, are we okay? And getting that reassurance, I think that could go down an unhealthy route if you needed people's reassurance to feel okay, but I think asking is okay too. It's okay to just ask your friends straight out, do you like me? That's okay. And explaining to them why you have trouble believing that, or explain to them why you are asking, and saying, I have anxiety and it makes me just really nervous that people don't like me. Whatever it is that you feel comfortable saying to a friend, or if there's one particular friend that you feel like would be more understanding about it, just being able to be a bit more open about your loneliness can really, really help. It's really helped me, and I know that when I speak to, there's quite a few friends that I speak to and say, are we okay? Do you like me? Have I done something to annoy you? They will always say, of course not, and of course we're friends, and of course I like you. It's never as bad as you think when you open up to people. And the last thing I will say is to show self-love. If you think about it, there are so many people that are alone all of the time, and they like it, and they enjoy their own company and all the rest of it. And so we know that loneliness isn't directly linked to being alone. So I think a lot of the time when you feel lonely, it's an opportunity, or it's a kind of wake-up call from your brain to tell you to have more self-love. Do something that you love doing when you're by yourself. Go and get a coffee by yourself. Do some art by yourself. Show more self-love. I'm going to be doing a video on ways to show self-love, ways that I like to show self-love. But I think that when you're feeling lonely, it is something that's telling you, you need to show more self-love. Look at the things that you're good at. Think of the ways that you've helped people. Do something that you love doing. It's really important, I think. And I think that the more we show self-love, the less lonely we'll feel, because the more self-worth we'll have. I'm obviously not an expert on the subject of any mental illness. I'm just somebody that has suffered with feeling lonely a lot and suffered with anxiety a lot, and that makes me feel like maybe I can share. I just want to be open, really open with you guys, and tell you how I feel and how shit it feels, basically, and let you know, if you are somebody that's watching this video that feels like you're alone, that feels like you're the only person, that feels lonely, and to feel stupid sometimes that you feel lonely, and no, I've got so many friends, why do I feel lonely? And I'm only 21, like, why do I feel lonely? It's okay. I feel like that as well, and so many people do, but it's scary to say, and that's why people don't tell you that they feel like that. But it is absolutely okay. Whatever feelings you're having is absolutely okay, and you're not weird, and it's a great thing for you to be able to realise that that's the feelings that you're having, and to know other people feel like that as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you're all feeling okay, and I'll see you soon. Bye!